Have you ever glanced in the mirror and felt a strange ache? As if time had quietly stolen something from you. Maybe it's the subtle lines tracing your face, the way your hands no longer move with the effortless grace they once had, or the sudden realization that friendships have shifted, that life seems to be moving faster than your pace. You're not alone. Aging can feel like a tide pulling us forward, relentless, unavoidable, often leaving us with a mixture of nostalgia, regret, and fear. But what if the real struggle isn't about getting older at all? What if the true suffering lies not in the passage of time, but in our resistance to it? The Buddha taught that suffering arises when we cling to what is impermanent, when we fight the natural flow of life. Aging, in its essence, is neither enemy nor punishment. It is simply life unfolding, a journey filled with lessons, depth, and beauty. Today, I want to invite you on a gentle journey through 5 Buddhist truths about aging. Truths that can completely transform the way you experience your life. These are not just teachings, they are practical insights, reflections, and invitations to embrace your years with grace, presence, and gratitude. You will be forgotten faster than you think, and that's okay. One of the hardest realities to face is this: in the vast river of life, our names, our achievements, and even our presence will eventually fade. The house you built, the career you devoted your energy to, the moments you thought were unforgettable, they will gradually dissolve from memory. At first, this truth can feel devastating. We spend our lives striving to make an impact, believing that leaving a mark, being remembered, will define our worth. But Buddhism offers a liberating perspective. It's not the permanence of memory that matters, but the quality of presence we bring into each moment. Think of it like a candle. One small flame can light 1,000 others without losing its own glow. The kindness, wisdom, and love you share radiate beyond your awareness. You may be forgotten in the annals of history, but the ripple of your actions continues to flow through the lives you touch. A new story to ponder. Imagine an old man named Tenzin, a retired schoolteacher who spent decades nurturing young minds in a small village. As the years passed, many of his students moved away. Some achieved great success, others faced their own struggles, and gradually, fewer people remembered his name. One evening, sitting by the riverbank, Tenzin watched the water flow endlessly. A young villager, noticing his contemplation, asked, "Sir, does it not sadden you that your efforts will be forgotten?" Tenzin smiled and gestured toward the river. "Do you see this water? Yesterday, it was here too, yet it has flowed on. Does that mean it never existed?" The villager hesitated, then shook his head. "Exactly," Tenzin said. "Our deeds, like this water, continue to nourish the world even if names are forgotten. What matters is not the permanence of recognition, but the integrity and kindness of the actions themselves." Through Tenzin's story, we can see a fundamental Buddhist teaching. The concept of self is impermanent. Clinging to fame or remembrance is a source of unnecessary suffering. True fulfillment arises from being fully present, living with purpose, and allowing our actions to ripple outward without expectation. Practical reflections for today. 1. Focus on presence, not legacy. Rather than worrying about being remembered, invest your energy in each interaction. Listen deeply, speak kindly, act thoughtfully. The impact of your presence is far more enduring than any accolade. 2. Small acts, big ripples. Even minor gestures, a warm smile to a stranger, a comforting word to a friend, a patient ear to a loved one, can create waves of kindness that extend beyond what you see. 3. Release attachment to outcomes. When you give, teach, or serve, do so without attachment to recognition. Like Tenzin's flowing river, the influence of your actions spreads naturally. 4. Embrace impermanence. Every relationship, every moment, and every achievement is temporary. Rather than fearing this, see it as a call to treasure what is here now. Presence is the gift we can give ourselves and others every day. Inner meditation for acceptance. Each morning, take a quiet moment to reflect. I am here now. My actions, however small, touch the lives of others in ways I may never see. I release the need to be remembered and focus on being present. Close your eyes and imagine a stone thrown into a still pond. Watch the ripples spread, fade, and merge with the water around them. Each ripple is your impact, gentle, quiet, yet undeniably real. Let this visualization remind you that legacy is not about permanence but about depth. Reflection questions. Which actions from your life, no matter how small, have had unseen ripples in others' lives? How would it feel to fully embrace impermanence, knowing your presence matters more than recognition? Can you let go of the fear of being forgotten and focus on living each moment with intention and kindness? Being forgotten is natural. Striving for memory leads to suffering. True legacy is found in the kindness, wisdom, and love you share, not in your name in history. Practicing presence and awareness transforms the way you experience your life and interactions. Your body will betray you, so befriend it instead. Opening reflection. Have you ever tried to run up a flight of stairs only to be reminded that your knees no longer obey your commands as effortlessly as they once did? Or picked up an object, only to feel your hands tremble slightly, betraying your expectations? The body you once trusted implicitly now moves with caution, reminding you of its limits. It can feel like a betrayal, as if time has conspired against you. Yet Buddhism teaches a profound truth. The body is never your enemy. Like the seasons changing, the natural flow of life brings transformation. Resistance only brings suffering. The challenge, therefore, is not to fight aging but to befriend it, to honor your body as your oldest companion, a vessel that has carried you through every triumph, every heartbreak, every ordinary moment that has woven the fabric of your life. A story of transformation. Consider May, an elderly woman who had been a lifelong dancer. Her life was once defined by grace and motion. Her body could leap, twirl, and spin without effort. As years passed, she found her limbs slower, her balance less certain. Initially, she felt frustrated, mourning what she believed she had lost. One day, her granddaughter visited and found May sitting quietly on the balcony, watching the sunrise. The young girl asked, "Grandma, why do you look so peaceful? Aren't you frustrated your body cannot dance as it used to?" May smiled softly and replied, "My body has never betrayed me. It has always carried me faithfully. Now it asks for gentleness, rest, and care. I listen, and in return, it still carries me beautifully through life." This shift in perspective transformed May's experience of aging. She began moving with intention, practicing gentle stretches, walking mindfully, and appreciating her body's capabilities rather than lamenting its limitations. She discovered that aging is not a punishment but a journey toward deeper intimacy with herself. Lessons and practices. 1. Your body is your longest companion. Your body has carried you through childhood, adolescence, adulthood, and now into later life. Every heartbeat, every step, every breath has been part of a lifelong partnership. Rather than seeing changes as betrayals, view them as a natural evolution. Your body has endured illness, stress, injury, and joy. It is resilient beyond measure. Practical tip. Begin each day by placing your hand on your chest and thanking your body for carrying you. This simple act cultivates gratitude and reframes your mindset toward appreciation. 2. Adapt with grace. Aging often brings limitations, but limitations are not failures. They are invitations to adapt with creativity and mindfulness. Perhaps you can no longer run marathons, but you can enjoy brisk walks in nature. Maybe heavy lifting is impossible, but gentle yoga or Tai Chi can strengthen your muscles and soothe your mind. Practical exercise. Identify one physical activity you love but feel limited in performing. Explore a modified version that aligns with your current abilities. Notice how this adaptation opens new possibilities rather than closing old ones. 3. Listen to your body. Pain, fatigue, and discomfort are signals, not punishments. Buddhism teaches attentiveness to the present moment. Your body is a profound teacher. Learn to notice when it asks for rest, nourishment, or movement. Respond with care instead of resistance. Daily practice. Keep a simple journal for a week, noting moments when your body expressed a need. Reflect on how responding to these needs changed your experience of the day. 4. Cultivate patience. The mind often desires speed, perfection, and efficiency. Aging teaches patience, the acceptance of what is, without judgment or rush. Your body's limitations are not flaws but lessons in mindfulness and self-compassion. Meditative visualization. Sit quietly, breathe deeply, and imagine yourself cradling your body like a cherished companion. Acknowledge its endurance, its wisdom, and its capacity to teach patience. Embody purpose beyond physical strength. Even if your body slows, your spirit, wisdom, and compassion continue to grow. Hands may shake, legs may tire, but the capacity to share love, offer guidance, and create meaning remains undiminished. True power is not measured in physical agility but in the depth of presence and generosity you bring to every interaction. Reflection exercise. Identify one way you can share your skills, knowledge, or kindness today without relying on physical prowess. Notice how your impact persists, independent of bodily limitations. A Buddhist parable. There is a story of a monk in his twilight years. He once carried heavy buckets of water from the river for his temple. Now, his arms trembled, and the task became arduous. Frustrated, he complained to his teacher about his weakening strength. The teacher handed him a cracked clay pot and said, "Does this pot still serve a purpose?" The monk, surprised, nodded as water still filled it and some spilled to nourish the earth. The teacher smiled. "Your body, like this pot, may not be as it once was, yet it continues to serve, to hold, and to give." This parable reminds us that even in aging, our bodies retain value, purpose, and dignity. It is not about lamenting what is lost but recognizing what remains and celebrating it fully. Aging is not betrayal. It is evolution and a deeper partnership with your body. Adaptation, patience, and mindfulness transform limitations into opportunities for presence and grace. Your body's purpose continues through its service, its resilience, and its capacity to carry you through life's experiences. What are 3 ways your body serves you every day? Even if imperfectly, how might viewing limitations as invitations rather than failures change your daily experience? How can you cultivate gratitude for your body in your morning or evening routine? You can't keep everyone in your life, and that's natural. Opening reflection. Have you ever noticed a friend you once spoke to daily gradually drift away? Or a family member who was once close now calls less often? Until silence fills the spaces where laughter used to live. It's a painful, sometimes confusing experience. Naturally, our first reaction is to blame ourselves. Did I do something wrong? Was I not enough? Buddhism offers a profound perspective. Everything in life is impermanent, including relationships. People come into our lives for a reason, and when their role is complete, they move on. This is not abandonment, it is the natural flow of existence. A story of letting go. Take the story of Arun, a man who had grown up with a best friend, Samir. From childhood adventures to teenage mischief and young adult milestones, they were inseparable. But life changed. Samir moved to another country, and their contact became sporadic. Arun felt abandoned and bitter, questioning the value of their shared memories. One day, he visited a monastery and spoke with an old monk about his pain. The monk led him to a flowing river and said, "See the river? Each drop of water flows past us, never staying in one place. Some drops travel together for a while. Others separate quickly, carried by the current. You cannot hold them. You can only appreciate their presence while they are with you. Arun realized that his friendship had not vanished, it had changed form. The laughter, lessons, and love he had shared with Samir remained embedded in his life, shaping who he was. The river flowed, but the ripples of connection endured. Lessons and practices. 1. Accept impermanence in relationships. The first step toward peace is recognizing that relationships evolve. Some last a lifetime, others only for a season. Clinging to what was can create unnecessary suffering. The Buddha taught that attachment often leads to pain. Learning to let go gracefully is a form of wisdom. Practical tip. Reflect on relationships that have changed. Write down what they brought to your life and release the need to control their continuity. 2. Celebrate the ones that remain. While some connections fade, others endure. It's essential to focus on what is present, nurturing relationships that continue to bring joy, peace, and love. Exercise. Make a list of people who are still part of your life. Send a note, make a call, or simply express gratitude for their presence. 3. Open yourself to new connections. Even in later life, there is room for new relationships. Age is not a barrier to forming bonds. Be open to meeting new people, learning from them, and sharing your experiences. Each person you meet brings a new current into your river of life. Reflection prompt. What qualities do you value in relationships? How can you seek out or welcome new connections aligned with those values? 4. Understand love without ownership. Buddhism emphasizes that love is not possession. True love allows people to come and go without demanding permanence. When someone leaves, it does not diminish the love shared. It transforms into a lasting influence that shapes your character and experiences. Daily practice. When feeling loss or distance, visualize the love shared as ripples expanding outward. Acknowledge that their impact remains, even if the person is absent physically. 5. Transform grief into appreciation. Loss is inevitable, but grief can be a teacher. Instead of wishing someone had stayed, cherish the moments you had together. Recognize that each interaction has contributed to the richness of your life. Meditative exercise. Close your eyes and recall a beloved person who is no longer in your life. Focus on the love, lessons, and joy they brought. Let gratitude replace longing, knowing that their presence lives on in your memories and actions. A Buddhist parable. A young monk asked his master, "Why do people leave us when we love them?" The master brought him to a river and pointed to the flowing water. "See how the river moves. Each drop flows past, never remaining in one place. Some travel together, others separate quickly, carried by the current. It is the nature of existence. People come into our lives when their role is needed, and they leave when it is complete. Cling not to their departure, but cherish the moments they shared with you." The young monk understood. Love is not possession, and relationships are not permanent fixtures. They are currents in the river of life. Key takeaways. Relationships are impermanent, and trying to control their duration creates suffering. Focus on connections that continue to nourish your life, and remain open to new bonds. True love is generous, not possessive. It allows people to come and go gracefully. Transform grief into gratitude, appreciating the richness relationships bring, rather than mourning their absence. Inner reflection prompt. Which relationships in your life have changed, and how have they shaped you? How can you celebrate and nurture the bonds that remain? Are there opportunities to welcome new connections into your life with openness and curiosity? You must accept that you no longer look young, and that's a gift. Opening reflection. Have you ever glanced in a mirror and been startled by the reflection staring back? The skin is softer, the hair grayer, the hands more delicate than you remember. Society constantly whispers that aging is a flaw to be corrected, wrinkles to be smoothed, hair to be dyed, youth to be preserved at any cost. But what if aging wasn't a loss, but a transformation? What if the beauty of your later years wasn't measured by flawless skin, but by presence, wisdom, and kindness? Buddhism teaches that true beauty emerges not from appearances, but from the depth of experience, the radiance of the heart, and the grace cultivated over a lifetime. A story of transformation. Consider the story of Mei Ling, a woman who had spent decades working tirelessly, raising children, and caring for her community. In her 50s, she noticed the first signs of aging: crow's feet, silver strands in her hair, and a reflection that no longer mirrored the young woman she once was. Initially, she felt despair, believing that her beauty had vanished. Seeking guidance, she visited a Zen master, expressing her sadness. "Master, I no longer recognize myself. My beauty is gone, and I feel invisible." The master smiled and led her to a blooming cherry blossom tree. "Look at this," he said. "Isn't it beautiful?" She nodded. Then he pointed to an ancient pine tree nearby, its bark weathered and twisted with age. "And this? Is this not also beautiful?" Mei Ling hesitated. "It is different, but there is dignity and strength in it," she admitted. The master explained, "True beauty is not about youth. The cherry blossom blooms for a moment and fades. The pine endures, shaped by years, storms, and sunlight. Your wrinkles, your silver hair, they are like the pine. They tell your story, carry your wisdom, and reflect the resilience you've cultivated. Your beauty has not faded, it has transformed." Lessons and practices. 1. Reframe your perspective on aging. Beauty is not confined to youth. Aging brings a unique radiance, confidence, self-awareness, patience, and compassion. The eyes that have seen struggle carry gentleness. The hands that have nurtured hold tenderness. The heart that has loved deeply radiates warmth. Practical tip. Each morning, look in the mirror and identify one feature that reflects your journey, whether it's a wrinkle, a silver strand, or a scar. Recognize it as a symbol of experience, resilience, and love. 2. Embrace presence over appearance. Instead of lamenting what is lost, focus on being fully present. Your presence, attention, and kindness toward others are far more impactful than any physical feature. People are drawn to warmth and authenticity, not superficial perfection. Exercise. Practice mindful presence in conversations. Listen fully, respond with care, and engage with the world through empathy and attentiveness. 3. Celebrate your achievements and wisdom. Every line on your face and each gray hair tells a story of growth, endurance, and wisdom. Honor the life you've lived and the lessons you've learned. Celebrate your achievements and the way you've grown from challenges. Reflection prompt. Journal about the experiences that have shaped you, the lessons you've gained, and the wisdom you now carry. Read it aloud and acknowledge your journey. 4. Let go of societal standards. Society often equates beauty with youth and perfection. Letting go of this illusion frees you to experience self-acceptance and peace. Aging is not something to be fought, it is a gift, an unfolding of your life's story. Daily practice. When tempted to compare yourself to media images or societal expectations, pause and repeat. My beauty is not defined by appearances. My beauty is my presence, my wisdom, and my compassion. 5. Find joy in the transformation. Imagine each wrinkle as a story, each silver strand as a lesson learned, and each line of experience as a badge of resilience. Aging is not a burden. It is an invitation to embody your authenticity fully. Meditative exercise. Close your eyes and place your hands gently over your heart. Reflect on the journey your body and mind have taken, the love you've given, and the wisdom you carry. Feel gratitude for this transformation. A Buddhist perspective. In Buddhist philosophy, Attachment to youth and fear of aging leads to suffering. The Buddha taught impermanence, anicca. Everything changes, and resisting change only causes pain. Aging is a natural part of life's flow, and embracing it brings freedom. By accepting your evolving appearance, you free yourself from the mental struggle against impermanence. Zen stories often highlight elders who embody this principle. Their grace, dignity, and inner radiance inspire not because they look young, but because they carry presence, patience, and insight. This is true beauty, the radiance of a life fully lived. Key takeaways. Aging is a transformation, not a loss. Your beauty evolves into wisdom, presence, and authenticity. Let go of societal pressures to remain youthful. Embrace the unique radiance of your later years. Every wrinkle, every gray hair is a story, a lesson, and a testament to resilience. Focus on presence, empathy, and kindness. These qualities outshine appearance. Acceptance of your changing body brings freedom, peace, and a deeper appreciation for life. Inner reflection prompt. Which aspects of your appearance reflect your life journey? How can you celebrate your transformation instead of resisting it? What practices help you remain present, authentic, and graceful as you age? You will see more people you love die, but love never dies. Opening reflection. As the years pass, loss becomes an inevitable companion. Parents, siblings, friends, and even children may leave this world one by one. Grief, heartbreak, and sorrow are unavoidable threads woven into the tapestry of life. Many fear this reality, imagining life will lose its color without those we cherish. But Buddhism offers a profound truth. Love does not die. Those we have loved, and who have loved us, live on through the lessons, memories, and kindness we carry forward. Instead of avoiding grief, Buddhism invites us to embrace it as a reflection of our capacity to love deeply. It is proof that our hearts have touched others in meaningful ways. A story of love and loss. Consider Kisa Gautami, a woman from an ancient Buddhist parable. Overcome with sorrow after losing her young son, she carried his lifeless body from house to house, pleading for a medicine to bring him back to life. Desperate and heartbroken, she finally sought the Buddha's guidance. The Buddha instructed her, "Bring me a mustard seed from a home that has never known death." With renewed hope, she visited every household in the village. Yet, every family had experienced loss, parents, children, friends. Gradually, she realized that death is a shared human experience, and grief is universal. Returning to the Buddha, she understood that her suffering was not unique, and that love and loss are inseparable parts of life. The lesson was clear. While life is impermanent, the love we share endures. It becomes a guiding force, a legacy, and a source of strength. Lessons and practices. 1. Love transcends physical presence. Even when loved ones pass away, their influence remains. Their teachings, kindness, and love continue to shape us. Every memory, story, and act of love is a thread connecting past, present, and future. Practical tip. Keep a memory journal. Write down the lessons, laughter, and love shared with those who have passed. Revisit it when you need comfort, inspiration, or guidance. 2. Grief is not something to get over. Buddhism teaches that grief is not a problem to be solved, but a process to be lived. Allow yourself to feel sorrow without judgment. Moving forward does not mean forgetting. It means carrying the essence of your loved ones into your life. Exercise. Practice mindful grieving. Sit quietly, breathe deeply, and acknowledge your emotions without resisting them. Visualize the love and presence of those you've lost flowing into your heart, sustaining you. 3. Transform loss into gratitude. Instead of dwelling solely on absence, shift focus to the privilege of having loved deeply. Every relationship, fleeting or long-lasting, leaves a mark on your soul. Gratitude for shared moments transforms pain into appreciation. Reflection prompt. List the ways your loved ones have enriched your life, their lessons, laughter, support, and care. Feel gratitude for these gifts, and allow it to soften the ache of loss. 4. Keep their spirit alive through action. The people you have lost continue to live through your actions. Acts of kindness, sharing stories, or practicing the values they embodied allow their presence to ripple through the world. Daily practice. Dedicate an act of love or kindness in honor of someone you miss. Perhaps help a neighbor, offer guidance, or simply smile at a stranger. Recognize that in doing so, their essence continues to inspire life. 5. Embrace impermanence without fear. The Buddha emphasized anicca, impermanence. Loss is natural, and clinging to life or resisting death leads to suffering. Acceptance allows us to embrace life fully, knowing that love endures even when forms change. Meditative exercise. Sit in stillness and reflect on the transient nature of life. Breathe in the present moment, allowing awareness of impermanence to deepen your appreciation for each connection, each smile, and each shared moment. A Buddhist perspective. Buddhism views life and death as part of a continuous cycle. Death is not an end but a transformation. Love, unlike physical presence, is boundless and timeless. It resides in actions, memories, and the compassionate energy we extend to others. Grief, when approached mindfully, becomes a doorway to insight, empathy, and deeper connection. It is not a punishment but a teacher, guiding us toward gratitude, presence, and understanding. Key takeaways. Love endures beyond death. Relationships may end in form, but not in essence. Grief is natural. Allow it to be felt fully, without judgment or suppression. Transform loss into gratitude by remembering the impact of loved ones on your life. Keep their spirit alive through acts of kindness, wisdom, and compassion. Acceptance of impermanence allows peace, presence, and appreciation for life. Inner reflection prompt. How have the people you've lost shaped the person you are today? In what ways can you honor their memory and carry their love forward? How does embracing impermanence shift your relationship with grief and appreciation for life? Aging brings closer encounters with loss, yet it also magnifies the capacity to love deeply. The people we have lost may no longer walk beside us, but their essence, lessons, guidance, warmth, and affection remains within us, shaping the way we live, love, and connect. By embracing impermanence, transforming grief into gratitude, and living with presence and kindness, we honor both the lives of those we've lost and the preciousness of our own. As the Buddha taught, life is transient, but love is eternal. Our role is to cherish, act, and continue the ripple of goodness that extends beyond the confines of physical presence. Embrace aging with grace and purpose. Aging is not a punishment, nor is it a burden. It is a privilege, a journey of transformation, discovery, and deepening awareness. Through the 5 lessons we explored, we can see that age does not take away from life, it enriches it. Each lesson carries a profound invitation to live fully, mindfully, and with a heart wide open. Blank. Blank. Recap of the 5 lessons. 1. You will be forgotten, but your actions ripple on. Life is not about securing a lasting name but about the present moment. Acts of kindness, wisdom, and love create ripples that extend beyond memory. Focus on living meaningfully now, and let your presence make a difference. 2. Your body will change. Befriend it. Aging is natural, and your body remains your companion. Treat it with respect, patience, and gratitude. Move gently, nourish it well, and honor its wisdom. A frail body does not equate to a frail spirit. 3. You cannot keep everyone. Relationships evolve. People will drift away, This is the natural flow of life. Instead of clinging, cherish what remains and celebrate the connections that endure. Open your heart to new relationships without fear. 4. You no longer look young, but this is a gift. True beauty lies in wisdom, presence, and compassion. Wrinkles, gray hair, and the marks of time tell a story of resilience, love, and experience. Wear your years with pride, and let your inner light shine. 5. You will see more loved ones die, but love never dies. Loss is inevitable, yet the love shared with those who have passed lives on. Transform grief into gratitude, honor their memory through acts of kindness, and let love guide your actions. Living the lessons. Practical steps. Daily presence. Begin each day with awareness. Notice your body, breath, and surroundings. Practice gratitude for what you have now. Kindness in action. Let small acts of love ripple through your life. A smile, a listening ear, or a helping hand can leave a legacy far beyond recognition. Reflective journaling. Capture the lessons learned from relationships, losses, and personal growth. Writing consolidates wisdom and nurtures gratitude. Mindful movement. Walk, stretch, or practice gentle yoga. Treat your body as an honored companion, not an adversary. Embrace impermanence. Sit with the reality that change is inevitable. Accept it with grace, transforming fear into peace and resistance into acceptance. Inspiration for the journey ahead. Imagine each wrinkle as a story, each silver strand as a lesson, each breath as a gift. Life is a series of moments, some fleeting, some transformative. By embracing aging with awareness, we move beyond fear and attachment. We step into a life of freedom, depth, and joy. Every connection, every act of kindness, and every lesson learned becomes part of a greater flow. The love we give and receive is eternal. It transcends time, form, and loss. Aging is not the closing of a chapter. It is the unfolding of a deeper, richer, more meaningful story. Now, please. 1. Reflect. Spend a few minutes today contemplating each of the 5 lessons. Which resonates most with your current life? 2. Act. Choose one small action, an expression of gratitude, kindness, or care that honors yourself or someone you love. 3. Share. Comment your insights, experiences, or reflections. Inspire others to embrace their journey with courage and mindfulness. 4. Commit. Make a daily intention to live fully, love deeply, and accept life's impermanence with grace. 5. Subscribe and explore. If these insights resonate, continue this journey of wisdom and mindfulness by engaging with content that nurtures presence, joy, and inner peace. Aging is not something taken from us, it is something given. Each year, each experience, and each connection is a gift waiting to be unwrapped. Walk forward with courage, love, and gratitude. Let your life ripple with wisdom, presence, and the beauty of a heart fully alive.